Hi guys, Ian at the Decorators Growth Club. So tonight what I wanted to talk about, I mean it might be morning for you guys, might be lunchtime, I don't know. It's definitely evening for me, I've been at work all day. This is something I've touched on before, and this comes into the culture. What I mean by the culture is, I'm trying to get you guys to think about just approaching the industry and your business and the well, I suppose, like I said, the decorating industry as a whole. We should all be using social media more productively and just more focused, better outcomes, but with the right message. You know, to make sure that the customers that we're dealing with and the appearance that we're putting forward is the right message. Decorators, unfortunately, we do get a bad rep. I do believe that, unfortunately, it's guilty by association. A clear example of that is the fact that on a lot of groups, people are just genuinely afraid of, firstly, posting, which is crazy because it's a great opportunity to learn, to get your point across, to educate people, and just get that exposure. But people are afraid of it, and I get it because it's got worse where you get shot down. A lot of us are involved in groups. I mean, this group's obviously different. It's more focused on business. But the idea is here, I'm trying to give you some ramblings of the way that I've dealt with social media in a positive way. I mean, don't get me wrong. I was I learned the hard way. I screwed up time and time and time again. I let my passion stroke ego, if you want to call it, my opinion overrule my sense, my better judgment. And I've realized that you have to play a fairer, better game. You need to be a better person. Something that I use a lot now is something that, let me just bring up I've got some bits on the back here, and we'll talk about this later on. This is obviously me using sauna stuff. There's, what's the word here? I'm not using. It's not a proverb. It's just wise words. Walt Whitman. Okay, be curious, not judgmental. And I've used that a lot. I actually did a hashtag on Instagram recently about it. The reason being is, I've been doing this business of 30 years, good and bad, getting it right, getting it wrong. I mean, this is the key. You guys as well. These times where you've been attacked, you second guess yourself. You're like, shit, I shouldn't be involved in social media. It's a really bad thing. I'm going to pull myself off. You can't afford to do that. You're running a business. You've got to use social media in a better way. So for me, what it was, like I said, I've been doing this 30 years. My youngest son, he's dipped in and out over the years. He's 19 now. He started working with us when he was probably about 2 years ago. He's dipped in and out since he was a kid. I let him come on site at times, work in the academy, etc. And he's actually a bloody good sprayer. He is. He's just that way. Out of all the kids, he's just wired that way. I think you guys know. You've had people that you've had over the years and everything else. They just switched on in that way. He's just really hands-on kind of guy. He was spraying a kitchen. He sprays pretty much all our kitchens for KPN. He can do anywhere between 4 and 6 kitchens a month. High end. I mean, we're averaging good prices. We will talk about pricing, obviously, in other posts moving forward. But he can average, between 1,500 to 3.5 grand. So most kitchens are about 2.5. And a lot of these kitchens he's doing on his own. We have a little bit of involvement. Sorry, his older brother helps out. He does more of the office as such, but he goes on site. So he does it himself. And now he's got a really good handle of it system. We still help out, when necessary, when there's something a little bit more awkward or obscure, or something that he's not come across. But most of the time he does it himself, and credit to the fella. So he takes the video, he does all his video, he does all his reels and all his social media stories, etc. And Rihanna, who's his sister, Rihanna's, what was she? She's probably 2022, I think. Yeah, 2023 even now. So she does our marketing. She's been doing our marketing for a few years now, marketing for all our social media, etc., for the academy, for everything that we're doing. She's also doing some of the social media for Liam, and for Liam and Aiden. She put a post up on Instagram, and it was 24 seconds of a 5-day process that Aiden was working on, just for a customer, a straightforward kitchen. We sprayed with doors on in certain scenarios. In this scenario, we were spraying with the doors on. Obviously, we've done everything that needs to be done: back, sides, inner edges, etc. It was just just putting that out there before someone starts telling me I'm doing everything wrong, which was great. So what happened is the post went up on a Friday, and I was actually away for the weekend, and Rihanna was with me. So we were away. There was I think there was 5 of us that were away. Rihanna being one of them, and Lindsay. And this thing went viral over the Friday evening, Saturday, Sunday. So I was not distracted. I was just, firstly, was like defend, but it's not about defending. It is, because it's your kids, it's your business, it's your passion. And people were just telling me that I was doing it wrong. We were shoddy, we were cowboys, and some of them were incredibly rude. I mean, swearing and things they were saying about, not only my son, but a young lad at that point was 18, that was having a really good go at spraying kitchens and actually doing really well. And the customers not only love him as a person, but actually very happy with the results. Yet these people were quite happy to, publicly attack not only my son, but a young lad that was genuinely trying to have a go at doing this as a business. And I've been watching over Christmas. I got COVID, and I got it bad. And I was laid up in my bedroom for probably about 5 days. Lindsay slept downstairs and things like that. And one of the things that I was watching was Ted Lasso, and I don't know whether you've seen it. It's an incredible program. It's not what it looks. If you haven't seen it, persevere, because it's a very, very clever thing, and it plays on emotion and everything. But there's a scene in there, if you've seen it. I'm going to put the link in the comments, the YouTube link. And it's about him playing darts. And again, I won't spoil it, but it's really, really clever. It's about, again, be curious, not judgmental. It got me thinking. Excuse me. I've been doing a few of these videos tonight, so. We've had up to date something like 1.6 million views, something like 600 comments. I mean, some of those are obviously my replies, of a negative, hugely negative element towards. They just jumped on this bandwagon. And this is the thing that I talk about, the culture. It got me really thinking that do we not just hate ourselves in the industry so much that we would really want to attack an 18-year-old kid for having a go and actually doing a really good job? I got virtually no comments saying, there was a few, which again, you guys, thanks, for those that did. But, instead of like, oh my God, well done, cracking job, good on you, brilliant to see, you having a go, just everything that could have been positive was negative. But the key here was be curious, not judgmental. The amount of times I said, why don't you just ask why? Why are we spraying with the doors on? Why not just ask, what are you doing differently? Or how are you doing it? I answered question after question, and just tried to give the the idea of what we were doing and why we were doing. But a lot of them, I just kept saying, why the attack? Why not just go at it differently? Why not just ask? Why not be curious? Hey, you might have learned something. You could have said, oh, do you know what? That's personally, I don't do it that way, but that's actually got me thinking. That's how I do it. I'm always thinking out of the box. I'm always looking at stuff and thinking, is there a different way of doing it? So what I'm trying to get here, the point of this rambling, is use social media for 2 reasons, in 2 ways. Okay. you need to be better at it for yourself. You need to be better at it for your business. Okay. But be positive. Be uplifting, be incredibly supportive of anybody that is actually doing something that is done in a good way. And maybe, just maybe, if they're doing something different and you don't understand, before you ignore them, slip on by, or maybe come at a negative, maybe just pick their brain, saying that's different. I don't get it. I don't get why you're doing that, but why are you doing that? Be curious. If we can change our culture to be more supportive and more curious, it's got to be a win-win. So for me, the more people that are involved in this growth club that we're focused on start to use social media in a different way, in a more positive way, that can only start changing the culture for the better. And it will make you start to use social media better and get engaged more. You need to understand that social media is twofold. Okay, it's not about you posting that gets you rewarded. It does, but what gets you rewarded in social media is the amount of comments that you do. And just be positive. If you really want to get social working for you with Facebook as a whole, don't like things, heart them, love them. Facebook reward that 10 times more. They will do any post that you put out, they will reward you greater for leaving a love and a heart symbol than a thumbs up symbol. I know it's easy to press the like button, but if you just hover, go to the heart, you will get more in return. So it's a bit like a giver's game. The more you give, the more you will receive. That's a natural thing anyway, but social media does work that way. So guys, think about it differently. Think about social media. And if you see something, okay, and you're not sure, be curious. Ask a question. That engagement really does help. It helps you. It helps the person that's actually posting. And be positive. Even if you don't necessarily agree with what they're doing, at least find a positive spin on it. All right, it's not quite what I do, and I don't quite get it, but why are you doing it? Let's just be different. All right, let's start to build a better culture. I've spoken before, things like raise the respect, raise the rate. There's a reason for it. Okay, don't attack, don't belittle, but just get busy, get engaging, get commenting, get hearting, not liking. Just get busy, guys. So, like I said, it's a bit of a rambling one. I'm going to put up the post. I'm going to put the YouTube, and again, guys, finish off. Be curious, not judgmental. Have yourself a cracking day.